Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
I'm Pete.
And we've got your audience questions for you. You guys sent them into twitter.com/comicbookclub-live.
Great place to send them.
Comic Book Live. If you guys have any questions about rotisserie chicken, ask Justin. But in the meantime,
I love that stuff.
Next chap asks, with this week's Superman Secret Origins out, do you think this is the perfect story to make a reboot of the Superman films? What do you guys think?
Well, it's the Superman origin, so
Secret. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think
no circumstances, because at this point, everybody knows Superman's origin. There's no reason that we need to see it again on film.
Though I will say we need to see something that more resembles actual Superman as opposed to him with a child and all that.
I agree, but I think we need to see a story because literally everybody in the world knows who Superman is. There's no reason to see his origin again. There's no reason to flash back to that.
I agree. I think almost everybody knows who Superman's origin story is. But I would say that I would like to see another Superman movie, as much as I don't like Superman as a character. If they're going to do one, I would like to see it, but I would like to see something different other than the Secret Origins. While you're taking away, he's cutting him off.
Yeah,
Justin just got cut off.
Well, I don't know what to do now.
George Z.Y. Goris, I'm sorry, I never know how to pronounce your name, asks, do you want to see new characters/heroes in DC or Marvel, or are you content with the classics?
Interesting.
I'm always up for something new. I would definitely like to see some new stuff. It's, new fresh stuff is a good time, but
Well, what's a character that's come about in the past 20 years, 10 years even, that has become a mainstay of Marvel or DC?
Gammacore, we were talking about that.
Yeah,
right. Okay, not a real answer. Because it's
X-23, I think, is a big staple now. I think that's
Actually, I would agree that I think Kyle and Yost, because they've given so much care to X-23, she has gone beyond what her initial origins were.
And I think, to be honest, Dakin, whatever you want to say, is actually doing the same thing with Dark Wolverine.
Yeah.
But a character, Blue Beetle for DC, maybe, but even Manhunter, maybe not quite there. But I think it's been very hard for both these companies to create new characters that become, like, what's the next Spider-Man? What's the next Batman? What's the next icon?
We were talking about this a little bit on the live show, and my personal feeling is that if you can find a character, if you're like, hey, I have an amazing story, and what I need is somebody who can set their entire body on fire. If you have access, you're writing for Marvel, and you have access to the Human Torch, why wouldn't you use the Human Torch?
Because you want to invent your character, the living matchstick, which I'm shopping around to many.
The living That's really going to catch on. Let's move on.
Catch fire. It's really going to catch fire, is what you're saying.
Joe Mulv asks, what do you think it will take for digital comics to have more of an impact and lasting effect in the industry?
I just would say a lot of views.
I just need to buy a computer. That's a great point.
Yeah. They need to make money.
Well, once everyone has, like, a cell phone, I think we're going to be in good shape.
I would say that, I've said this before, I hope that they don't. I like having a comic in my hand.
Well, here's the thing. I think to really catch on, the long box situation needs to play out, where there's something like iTunes, where it's like, oh, here are all these comics that are coming to my computer that I can read at home without having to go to the store, and the price is only $1 or $2, when comics are $3 or $4.
I think also in a certain sense they have, and we just haven't noticed it yet. And what I mean by that is if you look at, like, excuse me, the things that are working, everybody, TV and movies are like, oh my god, how are we going to monetize for the internet? Oh my god, nobody's going to see TV and movies anymore. Meanwhile, things on YouTube like Fred and, Comic Book Club, for example.
Great ref.
Yeah. Just, they blow up. Those are the things that are made specifically for those avenues.
Yeah, we don't want to be on TV. We're YouTube guys.
Yeah, not Comic Book Club, but things on YouTube specifically get millions and millions upon millions of views. And I think the same way, you're seeing things like XKCD, for example, or Wondermark, or Akewood do extremely well online and do better online than most mainstream comic books.
But I feel like if the major companies start moving their characters with original in-continuity stories online, then people will follow them there. It's just they haven't made that move yet. And why choose Spider-Woman? Why choose Spider-Woman for the first motion comic? I don't know, because who cares about her?
Fair point. All right, let's move on. David Roth asks, I believe it's David Lee Roth, probably, asks, if Pete were to fight Alex, who would win? Has this occurred in the past?
Almost. It almost happened on the last show. But not yet. But I think we all know who would win.
Interesting. I like that. I'm glad I wasn't included in that.
Fists McZaldin would win.
That's a pretty weak name for someone who wants to fight anyone.
Yeah, I'm Irish.
I'm glad I wasn't included in that because I'm the stable center that just keeps everyone out.
Oh yeah, you're the one that holds us together.
The real heart.
Actually, just to address this a little bit, I know a lot of people have been commenting and saying like, "Oh man, everybody's so angry at each other. Seems like they don't even enjoy doing the show anymore." Yes, we are completely angry at each other. Yes, we don't enjoy doing the show.
Hate the show. Only we have
That's
our
why we give all of our free time to this.
Yes, like the thing is, basically, imagine what all of your worst fears are, and they're all true.
All true. Exactly.
Yeah.
We have Marvel and DC execs here telling us what to say. We should just
That's
tell
why
you.
it seems
like
I'm sorry, Jim McCann. I'm sorry. I had to tell them.
Oh, it's all right. Buy New Avengers the reunion.
Terrible impression. Also gonna get you not any more comic book work.
Definitely gonna lose us the previews. I do know that. No, everything's fine. We're all good. Don't worry.
We're all friends. Look. Oh god, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
That's alright. Nuno XEI asks, do you think it's possible there could be a writer exodus in the comics world like there was with the artists of the early 90s? Well, here's the thing. If you imagine that writers are slaves and comics are the pyramids they're working on, yes, they're going to kill the firstborn editors and then they're going to escape through the Red Sea, which is streets.
What a weird way to say
it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You lost me.
No, you're talking about, have you seen the movie Stargate recently? Because it's a lot like that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
The writers go through a Stargate and they
I was actually talking about
world.
Stargate Atlantis, my favorite show.
Okay. Well, the way I think of it is sort of like a Jake and the Fat Man style. Where the writers are Jake, Joe Penny, and the Fat Man are the editors, and the writers are out there doing the work, and the editors are just making all the money.
Wait. I don't want to criticize your Jake and the Fat Man references, because you know I think they're amazing.
Thank you.
But this was the worst one you have ever done.
It was a stretch. I did it on purpose. Here's the thing. Writers, it's much more difficult for writers to run away from a company and form their own company because they're not as much celebrities in the comic book world for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I mean, and Jeff
They
Johns
should
went,
be.
They should be, definitely. They're the ones that provide the stories that people illustrate. But, I mean, it's tough. Like, Jeff Johns goes and starts his own line with, I don't know, Bendis, a couple other people. Like, the iconic characters are gone. So you're starting over with their new characters.
And you call it Talkie Rapey Comics.
Well, that's probably the worst idea. That might be the worst idea.
Yeah, possibly. But I agree with you. I mean, the reason Image got formed is that those writers and artists were selling millions of copies, so it was completely reasonable for them to split off and form their own company.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's going to happen at all. They need the work. Everybody needs the work. We're in a recession. Why are they going to be like, oh no, I'm going to give up my job writing stories about people who fly for a living, and instead I'm going to do whatever else, package deli meat. That's
nice.
Hey, don't
That's what writers do.
Some people make
No,
a great
that's what
living
you do on the
packaging.
side, is you write comics, you package deli meat.
You know what? I'm going to give up this show and go start my own show company.
That's a
But
great
you're
idea.
going to take all the profits away from the show.
I'm going to take the profits and I'm going to take all my original characters, like Jake and the Fat Man references, Attitude Wine.
And pointing at the camera and saying Paul's Secret.
That's my line, and you stole it from me, and everyone's like, really funny, Pete, really great move. That's my line.
If you have a question,
If you
you can
cross
at
the line.
comicbookclublive@gmail.com, twitter.com/comicbooklive, popcultureshock.com/comicbookclub, iTunes Comic Book Club Live, or you can download these very episodes.
Put down the crystal, Pete. If you're in New York City, I'm off camera. Doesn't matter.
Big
If you're in New York City on Tuesday night, we love to see you. 8 o'clock, People's Improv Theater.